When I first started going to Cal State LA, I was pretty embarrassed. I, for one, was experiencing homelessness like my first year, and it was so hard. I definitely found like a challenge in making friends, just finding my own sense of voice as well, and feeling like I truly belong. I made a promise to myself to graduate debt-free. I was always given like the talk on how I should support my elders, and my elders are my parents, and I did not want to put my parents in a financial strain in going to some crazy school that costs thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm hoping that with the money I save at Cal State LA, I'll be able to fund my own sister's tuition so she can go wherever she wants and doesn't have to be limited to a certain school. But I love Cal State LA. It's amazing. Even though I lived 30 minutes away, it was definitely a huge switch to go from 5 minutes away from school to 30 minutes and not even having a car nor my own transportation. It was definitely difficult, and with how ambitious I am and I love to pack my schedule, I was taking those $30 Ubers and they were just racking up, and that was definitely like a really, really hard challenge for me. And just finding my sense of community. At Cal State LA, we're a commuter school, so it's definitely hard to find people if you don't dorm or if you don't hang out with a consistent group of people in your classes. I definitely found like a challenge in making friends, just finding my own sense of voice as well, and feeling like I truly belong in a school that's so much bigger than my high school that was probably like 2,000 people to a 20,000 people class. So I think that was one of my biggest challenges. I never thought I would find community in work, and I found that sense of community through the Cross-Cultural Center, and when I was working at the API SRC, which stands for the Asian Pacific Islander Student Resource Center, I found those people who were just like working for school, but we were all hanging out for so long, and we just went through all these challenges together that it really built a little family, in my opinion. And slowly, while I was in the student union, I found the Center of Student Involvement, and then graphics, and even ASI, and I like really found my niche of people in this small building. I, for one, was experiencing homelessness like my first year, and it was so hard to go to school and then know that you don't have a home after you're done with your class. And that was so difficult for me. And my coworker Keiko at the time, she helped me apply for emergency like housing and then emergency grants as well that helped me like fund everything. And then also I didn't even know about the food pantry, and it was only upstairs to me, and I was able to sign up for the food pantry and get meals. I was able to find support in people I didn't really know that well. I only knew her for like 5 months. She was just there for me. What motivated me to be a student representative would probably be my last supervisor on lay. We were working together at the API SRC, and we were amplifying the student voices of our APITA community. We were just trying to find ways to make sure that we're represented in the correct way, and it's really important that student interest is always in our forefront in all of our decision making. And I definitely saw that like divide between the students and the administration, and I really wanted to bridge that divide. She encouraged me to do ASI because one, we could definitely collaborate for the Cross-Cultural Center, and there's definitely a lot of funding in it. Just to be that liaison to those other communities, and just to be that voice for others who obviously can't speak for themselves. Like if you're going to class and you're commuting back home, a lot of people can't be a student representative, and they won't be able to make their concerns heard because they're so busy. And I think it's really important that I'm using my time and my efforts to really make sure that people are getting the most out of their Cal State LA experience. And that's why I wanted to be a student representative. I hope to gain my own voice as well. A lot of the times I get mixed up in a lot of people's interests and just a lot of other people's opinions, and it kind of like hides away my own talent, abilities, and just ideas. I hope that being a student representative will give me the space to be able to leave a lasting impression on Cal State LA and be able to like pass by Cal State LA one day and be like, I did something there. And I would love Cal State LA to be remembered as something more than just a cheap school or a commuter school. I want people to leave Cal State LA feeling proud that they went here. And I'm going to be completely honest, when I first started going to Cal State LA, I was pretty embarrassed. It's great that I'm going to a four-year institution, but when I compare it to so many other institutions, there's so many people here that are so proud to be here, and I really want to create that experience for a lot more people. And I want them to be proud to say that, yeah, I go to this school. I really love the student events here, and I love the people here, and I just love the community that Cal State LA brings, and that's the legacy I want to bring. I just want to make sure that people felt involved and they felt seen in their own school. Don't be afraid to take advantage of everything here. I think a lot of people get intimidated that like, oh, I'm not a part of this, or I don't really know what's going on, why should I even try? But you pay for that in your student fees, and you pay for that to just be here, and to be able to take advantage of the resources that are offered to you is so important, and to use the time you have to make the most out of it, squeeze all the juice out of it. It's so meaningful because you're not going to be in this institution for long, and it's going to go by like that. It's so important to just ask questions and not to be afraid of administrators because they're trying to serve you. We're in service to students, not you're in service to us.